Hello everyone. Today, I'll show you how to partition your device both during and after Windows installation. This is a complete step-by-step guide, so follow along carefully. Let's start the video. First, let's see how you can partition your drives during the Windows installation process. Here, you can see the screen that says Select Location to install Windows. Right now, I'm installing Windows 11, but the process is the same for other versions like Windows 10 or Windows 8. As you can see, there are already multiple partitions here. That's because I already have Windows installed on my system. But don't worry, I'll start from the beginning and show you how to properly partition your SSD while installing Windows. Now, Disk 0 is my SSD, and that's where I'll install Windows. Disk 1 is my USB drive, which contains the bootable Windows ISO file. We'll leave Disk 1 alone and focus on Disk 0. If your system doesn't have any operating system installed, you'll only see one unallocated space instead of multiple partitions. So I'll delete all my existing partitions to show you how it looks. Select each partition one by one, click Delete, and confirm. Once all partitions are deleted, you'll see one large block of unallocated space. Now let's start creating new partitions. First, we'll make the C drive. Let's say I want 50 gigabytes for it. Since 1 gigabyte is equal to 1024 megabytes, I'll multiply 50 by 1024, which gives 51,200 megabytes. So I'll enter 51,200 as the size and click Apply. Windows automatically creates two small partitions for system and recovery files. You don't need to worry about those because Windows manages them automatically. Now I still have about 69 gigabytes of unallocated space left. Let's create two more partitions out of that. I'll select the remaining space, click New, and make one partition of 20 gigabytes. Then I'll use the leftover space to create another partition. Now, suppose you decide that 50 gigabytes for the C drive isn't enough, and you want to make it 60 gigabytes. To do that, you need to delete the partition that's right below the C drive. After deleting, select the C drive and click Extend Volume. Enter 60 times 1024, which is 61,440 megabytes. Then click Apply. Now the C drive will be extended to 60 gigabytes. However, remember this. You can only extend a partition if the unallocated space is directly next to it on the right side. If there's another partition in between, you won't be able to merge them. In that case, delete the lower partition first. Then you'll get one continuous block of unallocated space that you can use to create a new partition. Once you're done setting up your partitions, select the one where you want to install Windows, which will be your C drive, and click Next. The Windows installation process will now begin. If you want to learn how to install Windows 11 step by step, I've already made a detailed tutorial. You can find it linked in the description or on the I button above. After Windows finishes installing, open File Explorer and go to this PC. Right now, you'll only see your C drive. The extra partitions you made won't show up until you assign them a drive letter. To fix that, search for Partition in the Start menu and open Create and Format Hard Disk Partitions. You'll see all your drives listed here. Now find the one that doesn't have a letter assigned. Right-click on it, choose Change Drive Letter and Paths. Click Add, and then assign a letter like D or E. Click OK. Now close File Explorer and open it again. You'll see the new drive appear. Now let's talk about partitioning after Windows has already been installed. If your system already has Windows running and you want to split or resize partitions, here's how you can do it. Open Disk Management again. Let's say I want to split my D drive into two parts. Right-click on D drive and click Shrink Volume. It will ask how much space you want to shrink. I'll enter 21,000 megabytes, which is about 20 gigabytes. Click Shrink. Now you'll see 20 gigabytes of unallocated space appear next to the D drive. To make a new partition from that, right-click on the unallocated space and click New Simple Volume. Then click Next. Assign a letter if you want. And click Next again. Select the NTFS file system, because FAT32 can't handle files larger than 4 gigabytes. You can give it any name you like, for example, Test. Then click Finish, and your new drive is ready. If you decide you don't want that new drive anymore and want to merge the space back to D drive, just right-click on it and select Delete Volume. After that, right-click D drive and choose Extend Volume. Click Next and Finish. Your drives will be merged again. Now let's talk about one of the most common problems with partitioning. Sometimes, you might want to extend your C drive by using space from D drive. But between C and D, there's a small partition called the Recovery Partition. Because of that, Windows doesn't allow you to extend the C drive directly. Even if you shrink D drive and create unallocated space, you still can't merge it with C drive. That's because the free space must be directly next to the drive you want to extend. When the recovery partition sits between them, it blocks the process. To fix this, there are two methods. The first method is to delete the D drive. If you have any important files on the D drive, then backup them before deleting the drive. First, we will have to delete this healthy recovery partition. Open Command Prompt as administrator and type these commands one by one. First, type reagent C/disable. Then type disk part. Now list disk. Next, type select disk 0. Then list partition. Now type select partition 4. And finally, type delete partition override. After running these commands, the recovery partition will be deleted and turned into unallocated space. Now, you can right-click on C drive, click Extend Volume, and merge it. That's it. As I told you, if you want to extend the C drive, then you will have to delete the D drive in this first method. So for example, I am shrinking the D drive to an unallocated space of 20 gigabytes. Then I will create a new partition from the unallocated space of the partition. Now if I have any important files in my D drive, I can backup them to the new volume. After that, I will delete the D drive. And now you can see that the Extend Volume option is available on my C drive. Now let's see the second method, which lets you extend C drive without deleting your D drive or losing data. Shrink D drive again by about 20 gigabytes. Now you'll have unallocated space, but it will appear on the right side of D drive. To move it to the left side, we'll use a free tool called Minitool Partition Wizard. Download and open Minitool Partition Wizard. After installation complete, launch the app and you will see an interface similar to Windows Disk Management. But here are so many more options you can use to manage your disks. So now I will have to move the unallocated space to the left and move the D drive to the right. Right-click on D drive and choose Move or Resize. Now, drag the slider completely to the right so that unallocated space moves to the left side, right next to C drive. Click OK. Then click Apply and Confirm. Now open Disk Management again. You'll see that the unallocated space is now on the left, right next to C drive. Now you can easily extend C drive without affecting D drive. All your files will stay safe. As you can see, the files on the D drive are still there without getting deleted. Finally, let's bring back the recovery partition that we deleted earlier. Go to Disk Management and shrink about 1 GB or 1024 megabytes from D drive. Then right-click that new unallocated space, click New Simple Volume, and choose Do Not Assign Drive Letter. Click Next, keep the settings as they are, and Finish. Now open Command Prompt as administrator again and follow these steps. Type disk part, then type list disk. Select disk 0. Next, type list partition. And finally, type select partition and your partition number of the 1 GB partition you made. For me, it is 5. Now, go to Disk Management, View, Top, and then select Disk List, and it will show whether your partition style is GPT or MBR. If your disk uses GPT partition style, type the following commands. If your disk uses MBR, type set I D equals 27. My partition style is GPT, so I will use the first commands. Set I D equals DE94, BBA4, 06, D14, D40, A1, 6AB, FD501, 79, D6AC. Then type GPT attributes equals 0x8, followed by 14 zeros and then 1. Finally, type reagent C/enable. This will recreate your recovery partition. Now it's back, and it won't cause any issues when you resize or move drives in the future. That's it for this tutorial. If you want to learn how to install Windows 11 step by step, check out my other video linked in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.